thoughts end when I start to think. Oh, the door closes starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye. My love, I'm gone, I need to be strong. The darkness had tried to swallow me. Spoons I fall, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity. 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 Gravity.
Sometimes I'm selfish, get jealous. I feel a little helpless. My whole world has shifted again. You made a promise, I kept it. Now I'm second guessing. My whole world has shifted again. Now I drive back to an empty room, and it's setting in. Now that your things are gone, what have I done?
You turned toward me and looked so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. You're silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild, 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 wild. Follow me down, there's no one around. Lay back and take your socks and shoes right off. That natural light is so damn polite, can make you feel just like you were young again. Standing underneath the rows of trees, I can see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, a fire grows. We are ready for this life of running wild. We're running wild. Underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. Silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Silent for the wind is cold. You must return to the wild, 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 wild.
Good evening, crackheads and crackettes. I hope everyone is doing well on this relatively fine evening. I'm here to just chat and talk, and there's weird stuff getting posted on my Facebook feed. I have a friend suggestion. Oh boy, I don't know who that is. I question some of the stuff that my work colleagues do. Yeah, I'm going to be sat here answering questions that put in the chat, talking, and I'm currently drawing stuff, but I can't be bothered to figure out how to set stuff up, so you won't be able to see what I'm doing. But we're here to talk, and also I'm lonely and I need people to talk to. That's another one of my excuses of why I'm here. I could also say good evening, shaggers, because everyone shags. But that'd be really awkward. Let me close that and that. I love Amazon. They were going to deliver a new cable for my headset to charge it, because it's wireless. And the cable... Oh, I had dinner earlier, and I'm dying. The cable, if I could also not yawn, is screwed. So I was going to keep using this one for my phone, which is also screwed, and get a new charger. So I've done that. I've got a new cable. And they were like, it's going to be delivered today. Alright, sweet. Just looked at it. It's going to be delivered tomorrow. Great. I'm going to get it tomorrow, and it's going to be like, it's going to be delivered tomorrow. And it's going to be like, thanks, I guess. Like, bro, just deliver my power cable, bro. All I want in life is that power cable. I need that purple. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing okay. It's now pitch black in my room. I can't see what I am meant to be doing. So that's fun. As a good friend of mine once said, you need friends. So that's why I'm here now. I'm here to make friends. Be friends with me now. No, I'm just here to have a wee chat about stuff and hopefully end up on tangents. Keyword there, hopefully. I need... Amazon's a pain in the ass. Like, okay, let's go on to a tangent. Amazon, I'm also going to get up real quick, turn the light on. Amazon, right? I don't mind Amazon, they ain't that, like, massively bad. But it's the factor of, like, when you order something, and they give you a date, you go, okay, I'm glad, or, like, you put a date down of this is when I want it to arrive. It's like, sweet. I know then, it's going to be that date that it's going to arrive. I can then focus on everything else I need to do, so work, college, Twitch, which is an absolute pain in the butt. And two, then I can actually, you know, like, what is it? You know, not have to worry about it. But it's when they, like, go to deliver something, like, it will arrive on this date, and then a few minutes later, it's this date. I had a package, it's still listed as meant to come on the 24th of May, and it's already arrived 2 days ago. Like, how the fuck does that work? Don't get me wrong, I do like my packages arriving early. The only issue is, if I need to sign for that package, well, you don't sign for it with Amazon, you give them a code. Well, I don't get that code until, like, that day. Well, if I'm not expecting the package that day, I'm not going to have the code, am I? Which means that my parents are not going to have the code. And if my parents are out at work and I'm out at work, the only person that usually is at home is my dog. And sometimes he isn't at home. And he isn't going to have the fucking code, is he? So then I have to wait for them to take the package back or deliver it earlier. And then for them to fuck up, and it's like, bruh. Why? Why do you do this, Amazon? So, you know. I also do have some I have like a few hoodies, some My Hero Academia hoodies coming, which I can't wait for because Plus Ultra. Your questions. What is your favorite kind of music? What is a pet peeve? Oh, I think we've already gone over that. Have you heard often that you have a nice voice? Alright, let's start off with the third one. I have heard people say that I have a nice voice. I don't believe it. Because I don't. I hate my voice. I don't like it. I mean, when you guys last night were talking about me having like a nice singing voice, and it's like one of those things that I don't. Yeah, no, I don't like my voice. I mean, if people like my voice and enjoy it, and then obviously like in turn enjoy watching the streams and such, sweet. At the end of the day, why I started this is just to be that kind of distraction for people. I'm here to have fun, mess around, basically be an idiot, and entertain. I'm an entertainer. I might not do this as much because obviously work-wise, I do need to focus on work and college, but obviously when I can stream, when I do stream, my goal is to leave with the knowledge that those that have attended the stream have gained some form of joy out of it, have been able to laugh at it, or at least take something away as well, because we learn stuff, and so it's one of those things that it'd be. I don't know, I just don't like my voice that much, personally. But, I do think that if people, like, enjoy my voice that much, like, one big thing I want to do, though, that does involve my voice, that I don't like, I don't like my voice, what I want to do is what I like, is, voice acting. But it's trying to figure out how to get into it, and it's like, I don't mind if I get like asked, hey, can you like, here's a character that I think you'd be perfect to voice. Here's some lines. Can you like join me in a Discord VC, read through them, I'll record it, take it away, and use it for the thing. You just get a reference of like Asriel, whatever the fuck, voice, because I will go by Asriel on the internet, and if I like continue anywhere, I'll probably still use Asriel, even though it's not my real name. And it's like, fuck yeah, I'd love to do that. I don't care if like I don't get like. There's 1,000 people out there that go, well, voice acting. You gotta like say how much you wanna like you're charging, so someone can go okay. And it's like, I don't. That's not how you start off. You start off for free, because at the end of the day, I don't know how to voice act. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to read a script so I'm obviously going to have to learn. So I'm going to be asking directions from the animator or the creator, storyboard writers, anyone and everyone, and other voice actors to give me advice. So no, I'm not going to charge them for my time and for the effort that I put into it for those first few sets of stuff, because those are the first things that I voice act. And at the end of the day as well, is it isn't going to be this massive big production that I'm going to go straight off into. You have to start somewhere, and you're going to have to start small and not charge, because obviously there's other people out there that are going to be starting somewhere. You have animators that are just starting out animating that are going to want to get their animation out there, get known in the animation community, but are also going to want to put voices over it, but not necessarily want to use their voice or their friends. They want to use specific voices. So obviously they're going to want voice actors. But are they also going to want to fork in a decent amount of money to pay for said voice actors to do it? No. Because they're just starting out. And also that would be unfair on them. Because at the same time, like I said, they're just starting out. They're testing the water, as it were. Like you're dipping your toe into a bathtub. Anyone that's starting something out shouldn't be charged for it. Or shouldn't have to pay. Well, on both sides, shouldn't have to pay and shouldn't have to be charged. I shouldn't have to charge to get somewhere. So like for me, if someone messages me on the Discord, messages me in DMs, or says in here, "Hey, as I'm just about to join your Discord, would you be able to do? I'll send you a script. Would you be able to do some lines for me?" Or even if someone like asks me to do, stuff in, if someone, just wants to see if I'd be good for it, just asking and reading a few small lines in the chat, then I'd do that. But also don't just do things for free. True, yeah. But I need to start somewhere. So, like for the first few things from where I'm learning, I'm gonna do it for free, especially if it's close friends. But I'm not gonna, when I get anywhere in it, if more people are coming to me about it, then yeah, I will start charging. Because at the end of the day as well, is this also my time? And the last thing I want them to be like is, "Hey Az, would you be free at this time? This is the only time I'm free to do the recordings." Well, no, not really. I'm kind of on the side of the like M25 filling in a pothole. No, I've got a bit of background noise type thing. Yeah, I'm preoccupied. But yeah, it's a learning thing. I'd have to obviously go through it over a period of time, but it is what it is. But I don't mind trying that out, testing the water as it were, and like I said, I don't mind helping out friends. Plus I have a voice changer as well now, so I'm there. Thank you, Lemon. Yeah, it's one of those things of like, I might get there and eventually I might not, but I'd like to at least try it out. Like I've already said to like a few of my friends that do animation, it's like, if you ever want a voice actor, like just give me a shout. I would love to try it out at least, or sit back and watch and see how it's all kind of done. Because like I said, it's a learning thing. We don't talk about it. I have a TikTok. We don't talk about it. It's cringe. I don't even think I have it set up. Hold on. Do I have the bot set up with it? I don't. The bot isn't set up for it. Haha. Fuck you, Nightbot. No. Let me double check Nightbot and see if I'm just having a stroke. Okay, what we got here? I don't. Wait. I don't. I have the keywords set. That's what I did. I have yawns set as well. Uptime, sneeze, shield. I don't know. I have SAF stuff still. I think I didn't actually set it up because I didn't have a TikTok at the time. I don't fucking know. TikTok's weird. Nightbot's an ass, to put it in a nice way. No, I don't want to edit my profile. Why do I want to edit my profile? I've just come onto TikTok. What the fuck? Calm down, TikTok. Good lord, don't bully me. Go cry now. Submit. Let me type in the right area. There you go. I mean, I'm somewhere. It's like, for me, I've got, like I mentioned, I don't think I actually mentioned it in the stream last night. I've gotten where I am, and with the followers that I do have, because of SAF. That's a fact. It's a known thing. yeah, you join SAF, and then you end up streaming an SAF. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're an SAF! I'm gonna watch you," and then follow you, watch you for a stream, and then some of them will stick around, some of them won't. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not in SAF for many reasons now as well. Like, I would go back, but personally, it's a lot of effort now. But I wouldn't trade the times I had in that community for the fucking world. I got to meet some amazing people. I got to do my first D&D session with Ocean and Tara. Tara, who was in the chat earlier when I was trying to do a flight sim stream and had a mental breakdown. And then had to go and deal with IRL stuff. And it's like, I wouldn't have gone to meet those amazing people without SAF. I wouldn't have been able to meet, I ended up meeting Thorn through SAF, who I did a lot of scenes with, and then obviously I met a few other people within that. I met Reapers, Mad Dog was in the D&D session last night, and it was like, I met those individuals through that community, and I met so many other people through having been in that community and then left and gone on elsewhere, and then from that community on, like, as much as I look back on my life and the experiences that I've had, one, I'm incredibly fortunate to be where I am because of fuck me, I could have been in hospital for the majority of it, but it's like, I'm where I am because of all of that. I can't not look down on that. Like, even like the small stuff of like why I like Extra Life so much. Like, I'm English. That's blatantly fucking obvious. But like, helping a charity like Extra Life, let's think about that for a minute. If I'm talking about my past or just my life in general, it's not a big secret. I'm pretty open about it. I've spent like a decent number of my friend group have spent majority of my younger years in hospital. I mean, heck, I was born, mum was driven to hospital in an ambulance, and obviously I was born. Straight away lung collapse, dying, no premature baby, so not exactly the best start to the world. I actually have a scar just under my armpit that is resulting from when they shoved a tube down into my my lung, apparently. And spent a few weeks, or I think it was months, in NICU. I think it's NICU. Neonatal intensive care unit. And I spent most of my like first few days, weeks, and I think it was a month in NICU because I was basically fucked when I was born. And that could have gone the complete opposite way. Like, if I could meet the doctors and nurses from that, I would just love to give them a big hug. Because I don't think, if they hadn't intervened and hadn't done what they did, I don't think that I'd be alive today. I don't think I would have gotten that far in life. I think it would have been that is the end for me right at the start. It's just something I hold close. Because, it's that. You've got those doctors with the neonatal intensive care unit that are there straight away. At like when you're first born and you have something going wrong, they're there for you, and they might not ever see you again. They didn't have to go into that line of work, but they did, and they went into that section. Then for the rest of my younger days, I was in that hospital with bowel issues, stomach issues. So they removed my what's it called? They did something to my stomach. There's one scar just down on my waist that's for my stomach. There's one below that is for my appendix. They believed that my appendix had burst, not was having issues, it had burst. Actuality, nothing wrong with it. The appendix itself, the best way I've been told to describe it as, is like a vine of grapes. Just really fucking small, and obviously when it fills up with shit, it obviously grows. And then explodes, and you've got all that nasty stuff all around your body. It's not something fun. And I know someone in who used to be in FMRP who had their appendix removed when they were having issues recently. I was fortunate that I didn't have to deal with that because it wasn't my appendix. The pain and discomfort that I was experiencing was there was a blockage or a knot in my intestine. So they removed about an inch either side of it and obviously rejoined it. So my intestine's an inch shorter than everyone's, technically. Which is wonderful because I have a scar that runs down, not completely down anymore, it's kind of disappeared, but mostly on my stomach area again, or belly, abdomen, whatever you want to call it, from where they've done that. That was the majority of that time in hospital, which was a decent amount of it when I was younger. Because a lot of it was also in and out for tests. Because I do remember a lot of it being in a hospital. Recently wise, I've had an ECG and blood tests because they believed that I could have some form of a heart condition. I don't. Apparently my heart's completely healthy and my bloods have come back completely fine. They've chalked it down to stress, the issue that I was having when I was at work. I was getting incredibly lightheaded and more or less getting on the edge of fainting or blacking out, and not ever haven't blacked out yet, but it's gotten to the edge of where you know that you might want to lay down pretty quick because you might not be awake for much longer. Obviously went in, sat down with them, spoke to them about it. Also was having heart pain. No issues. Alright, sweet. That was more recent. Between then, when I was in properly in college, I needed to go in to speak to them about my mental health. It wasn't in the best place. Like a lot of young people now, mental health is something that, especially with mostly adults now as well, it doesn't really get talked about as much, but even then, people my age, mental health doesn't really, go anywhere. A lot of the time you won't realise that your best friend is suffering until it's too late. Most of that was chalked down to before. I'd been in and out of relationships with an individual who was also suffering from depression, or they were clinically diagnosed with depression, anxiety. It wasn't the best relationship because obviously I was staying up late because I did care about that person, and that fucked me up. And we had our differences, we had issues. Like I said, it didn't really go anywhere, and we ended up cutting it off. But that story I'd rather keep personally. It wasn't the best end to a relationship, but the person's still, as far as I'm aware, is still alive. From what I've heard from other people, they're still around, and are doing a lot better. But honestly, for me, beginning of it, my sole focus was I want them to stay around, I want them to be okay, and not focusing on my mental health whatsoever. That's the one thing that will fuck you up, is not focusing on yourself. I think the best person that I've heard explain it is Jaden Animations. With you have an island above your head, and that island is your island. You got to keep it well kept, tidy. You want to keep it so it's a healthy ecosystem, a healthy environment. Compared to a friend of yours, so in this case, my friend who's suffering from depression, anxiety. So they have a lot of issues going on their island. And what I was doing was getting off my island, going over to theirs and helping clean theirs up and keep theirs in a nice, healthy state. Well, obviously, I've left my island, I'm not tending to it, what happens? It starts to crumble. And obviously that then makes me go into a spiral where I then need help and start to think about doing stuff that no one should think about. I mean, heck, I remember when I was 6, and I think the worst thing is being bullied. Is people go, oh, bullying, it's just grow up, and it's like, it's not that easy for everyone. But yeah, the best thing with the island is you need to focus on yours, but help that person out, but focus on yours as well. But I remember when I was younger, I just felt like everyone hated me. And I do vividly remember sitting down in class one day after just being absolutely tormented and thinking, is life worth living? No young child should have to think about, no one should have to think about that. But a kid, especially, no. It's why I like doing this, is to be that distraction, to be someone to talk to. If I ever found, with Cupcake, what he mentioned last night and in the past, is I'd gladly be here for him. If he ever needed anything, I'm here. If he ever wanted to talk, I'm here. And I hope that he knows that, because he said it back. He said the exact same thing to me, that I need to know that he's there for me, and that if I need to talk to him, I can. And you want those friendships where that person is there for you. They're not gonna necessarily be like, I'm getting involved now, straight off the bat. But they say that that I'm here for you. Because then you get that confidence of your friend is there. It isn't a thing of you don't want to disturb them, because when you're in that state, you don't want to worry them about it or anything. But as soon as they say, I'm here for you, it adds a bit more of that bridge between the two islands, for you to help each other, or for them to help you. And it's one of those things of, when people ask that, a lot of the time there will be people that will respond with, I don't want to worry you. You not coming to me worries me. You segregating yourself away worries us more. It's one of those things that you don't want to press it too much, because you don't want to force it, but at the same time as you don't want to not do anything about it. But mental health is something that in a lot of countries just isn't focused on. Yes, there is a lot of stuff that we need to focus on with physical ailments such as cancer, leukemia, which I do believe is a form of cancer, obviously heart diseases, rare diseases, and obviously common diseases that do end up killing people. We do need to focus on those, but at the same time as mental health, suicide is another big killer. Yeah, people die of car crashes every day. People die of the flu quite a lot. The only reason why I panicked with COVID is because it was happening so quickly, and obviously how aggressive it was. But at the same time is all of that kills. and car crashes, we're so focused on making it safer, the cars, the driving, the roads. But at the same time is, I'm pretty sure I will have to, I'll check it now actually. So approximately 1.35 million people die in road crashes each year, on average. 3,700 people lose their lives every day on a road. Obviously that's worldwide. That's worldwide data, I believe. Because that'd be very worrying if it was one country, because you'd instantly be like, what's going on there? And then we'll compare that to on average. I mean, yes, it's less, but that's just for England. I want worldwide. I want worldwide statistics, please. Okay, it's not as much. I was thinking it would have been more. It's good that it's low, but at the same time it gives me a summary straight away. Globally, 800,000 people die from suicide every year. Twice the number of homicides, so I take it murders and such. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in young people. 1.4% of global deaths in 2017 were from suicide. In some countries, this share is as high as 5%. Suicide rates are typically higher for older individuals as well. Globally, the suicide rate for men is twice as high as for women. In many countries, this ratio is even higher. And it's one of those things, when we're so worried about all these car crashes and stuff, but we're not worried about that. One of the biggest leading causes of death is from ourselves, and not like from other people, is us as individuals going at ourselves. And they're not doing anything about it, or at least they're not doing as much as I think they should. Alright, Lemon, thank you for sticking around. Have fun lurking. Thank you, Lemon. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's stupid that we're not focusing on, especially for young people. No kid should have to be worried about whether they want to be around or not. No one should. But I think we should protect our kids as well, or children, to understand that it is okay to talk about your feelings, and it is okay to be upset. Because that's one big thing I think a lot of people don't understand, is it is okay to cry. It is okay to show emotion, especially as a male. A lot of people will argue, oh, but men don't need to show. Men don't, a lot of the time, don't show emotion because it's seen as wrong. You go to a funeral, the majority of the older generation, men-wise, are just stood there. No crying, they keep it in, because that's what they've been brought up to think, and how they believe it should be, because they looked at their parents, their male role models, and saw that. So what do you think other male role models are going to do? They're going to do the same. And it's forever going to be that spiral, which is wrong. I've cried on stream before. I've evidently shown emotion before, whether that be being sad, angry, scared, especially in other people's streams. It's something that just because you're a guy doesn't mean you can't show emotion. Everyone is allowed to show emotion, but at the same time obviously context. The last thing you want to be doing is laughing at a funeral. But again, that's context. If someone's just said a joke at it, you go ahead and laugh, cry. There's nothing wrong with it. It is scientifically proven that it's good for the mental and physical health of a person to cry. Whether that be happy or sad tears, it doesn't change the fact that it's a tear. You have these ducts on either side of your nose and your eye, your bottom part of your eye. It's got a little, what looks like a little black dot, like a little hole, or a black head, kind of looks like that. That is, I believe, I don't want to know the technical term. I keep hearing that it's called a tear duct. When you cry, a bit of it will go down that and will go into your nose, which is also what makes your nose run. My nose is just blocked right now. That's a coincidence I've done that. But yeah, it's one of those things that helps clear your nose. That does also help clean your nose. When you cry, it helps clean your eyes and get any dust that sits on the edge of them away. Because obviously that's where you blink as well, and that's where your eyes have it always is wet. It should always be moist. That's the physical side of it. The mental side of it, it's proven to relieve stress, anxiety, and depression. Because you're not holding it in, you're getting it out. You're expelling that emotion. And even though it doesn't feel like it all the time, you're putting in effort. Your body is physically putting in an effort to cry. To create those tears, to obviously make your nose run, obviously produce more mucus. But rather than also keeping those memories locked away and forever stuck, you know, you get all that sad emotion out. Those that are then gone. You know, I do remember the day that, like, this is going to be different for everyone. Everyone sees everything differently. Obviously, my first dog, Blaze, if I look up, there's actually a picture of him that sits just behind me, above me, looking down at my screen, actually. Looking down at me. You know, he was there for the majority of my younger life, up till I think I was 13, when he had to be put down because of his age. He was suffering. This is when I start to cry. I'll try not to, because it will be annoying for you, because I've already cried about it 1,000 times in the past. You know, he was always there for me. He was always something I could go to cry on, to hug, to just something that would, you know, help me relax. You know, obviously then we got my other dog Toby, who's still around, but he's also getting on a bit. Well, my parents spoke to the school and said, look, we think it's a good decision for us to come home. I don't care if I just said my name, suck it, as, I'd rather be called as than my actual name. Yes, a few slip-ups here and there and everywhere, but I'd rather be called as than my real name. I'm getting back to it because I got distracted. They decided that it'd be best for me to come home before he was taken down to the vets to be put down. So I was told by a member of our staff team to come down to the office with all my stuff after class, so I did. They said, alright, heard about what's happened, you're going home, alright. Do you feel comfortable walking home, or do you want your parents to come pick you up? I said, I'd like to walk home. It's not that far for me to walk, it's only up the road. So I did. I walked home. Obviously signed myself out and walked home. That was a hard walk. Oh, I'm allergic to life, apparently. Sorry about that. Oh. That came out of nowhere. I'm gonna blow my nose now. That's better. I wish I could have muted myself faster though. But I knew it was gonna be a hard walk home, and it was, because I knew what was waiting for me and what was gonna happen. I mean, I knew a week before, thank you, that was gonna happen. So yeah, I'd already tried to mentally prepare myself, but I don't think I was fully there. Got home and said my goodbyes. My parents asked, "Do you want to come with us to the vet?" We've asked you 1,001 times before, but we still want to make sure. Are you sure you don't want to come and be with him when he goes? I couldn't bring myself to do that. So I stayed at home and led with our other dog and cried and thought about all the times, all the good times and the bad times I had, and just let it all flow. And then just thought about him and know that as much as I'd love to have had him stay, and the amount 1,001 excuses I came up with of having him stay that we could have done to have him stay, that was for me, not for him. And it got to the point where I did realise that as sad as it is that he's gone, he's in a better place. He's not in pain anymore. He's not, in a large amount of stress and such. And I couldn't. I do regret not being there. That's one thing I do regret. But at the same time, I have to live with that I wasn't there. And that also goes with my uncle. 2020 in March, when all the school on a Friday, after that Friday, you weren't meant to go physically into school. It was all online class here in England because of COVID. That day, Friday, I didn't go into school. I was in a graveyard saying goodbye to my uncle because a month, maybe 2 months before, he had chest pain, went into hospital. They suspect he had a heart attack, and they found that they believed he had a heart attack, but found that he had a hole in his heart, a physical hole in his heart. He was bleeding out into the outer sac that surrounds your heart. They said, we can't do anything. He's at the wrong hospital. We can't treat him here, and we can't stabilise him enough to be able to take him to another hospital that can treat him. And we don't have the facilities here. We can get a doctor here, but we don't have the facilities to handle it. Well, great. That's a great excuse, you know. So I was told tomorrow we're gonna go in and say goodbye. You know, I was already told I was taken into hospital. Already told for a bit that it wasn't looking good. I was hoping it would end up being good, but it didn't. It was bad news. So I was told tomorrow we're gonna go in and say goodbyes. He died that night. I didn't get to say my goodbye. The last time I saw him was probably New Year's Eve, 2019 to 2020. Hadn't seen him for probably like 2-3 months, and then I find out that he's gone. I never got to say goodbye to him. Someone that I looked up to, that was amazing, that ironically, when we used to go up to theirs for New Year's Eve, always was like, do you want a drink of alcohol? Like straight away, just do you want a drink? And got me into and made some really nice drinks that I wish he would have stayed around so I could have learned how to make those, because they were nice. But obviously he's gone, I can't. And as sad as it is, as sad as it's making me feel now, he's in a better place. At the same time as well, is because of the timing of the funeral and the timing of his death with COVID and all. When we got home after his funeral, my family does a lot of dark humor, knows a lot of dark humor. I said, with all this COVID, he got out early. He knew it was coming. He got out when he could, and that made us laugh, because I knew that he would have laughed at that. And yeah, it's that thing of, you gotta remember him in a positive way. That is the positive way. Obviously, I'm gonna sneeze again. So yeah, apparently I'm allergic to all this sad shit. So let's get off the sad stuff. I'm also blowing my nose again. Give me a second. I'm gonna go get some tissue. Anyway, before I sneeze again, yeah, it does annoy me that I wasn't able to say goodbye, but at the end of the day, like I said, life sucks sometimes. You just gotta keep going. Yeah, fuck life. I'm checking to see if I overdo another layer of that pen, if it changes the colour, because these pens I have are really nice. These Pro markers, they're really fancy, because if you put one layer down, even if you overlap it, it'll kind of like merge into one solid colour. But I want to see if I overlap it after it's kind of dried, if it will do anything. But yeah, but that's what kind of like why I do all this though, is I want to be that distraction, that outlet. someone to kind of talk to or be there for. But yeah. Yeah. So that's going off a tangent of your second question. If I can find the questions that you asked. There it is. My pet peeve. Oh, I don't know. I probably have a lot, and you've probably found a lot of them through half the shit I've said. I don't know off the top of my head. What is your favourite kind of music? As well as another one you asked. I also don't know. I'll open up my Spotify right now. I'm not gonna play any of it for copyright reasons. But open up my liked music. I've got Shakira, Motley Crue, Dragon Force, fucking Whoopi Goldberg and Jeremy Irons from Lion King, Keith David, Gen X, Skillet, All Good Things, Skillet, Citizen Soldier, Skillet, Seb Low, so the guy who did Terms and Conditions, The Struts, Subwoolfers, Motionless in White, Slipknot, Mumford and Sons, Rammstein, Fall Out Boy, Journey, The Longest Johns, Studio All Stars, Simple Plan, Linkin Park, Bruno Mars. What else we got? Bass Hunter, Paramore, Josh Groban, Imagine Dragons, Sigma, The Warning, it's a good band, Sabaton, Pink Zebra, a bunch of stuff from Encanto by Sebastian Yatra. I'm sorry if I'm butchering their name. Toby with Return of the Wild, Sabaton again, John Lejeune, Into the Night Call, which is a certain song that I like listening to. Gale with ABCDEFU, Sam Fender, Keena Grannis with Can't Help Falling in Love, it's a really nice slowed down one. Carl Hume, GRL, Anna Blue, Mike Posner, Jonathan Thulin, Panic at the Disco, Euroturn, Mando Pone, Starset, Black Veil Braids, Starset, Panic at the Disco, Griffinola, My Chemical Romance, Shine Down, Florida, Bob and Hayley Williams, Kelly Clarkson, Rick Stern, 21 Pilots, Papa Roach, Linkin Park again, Grandson, Panic at the Disco, Bruno Martini, Ed Sheeran, Anna Clendenning, Jason Mraz, A Great Big World, Christiana Aguilera, Christiana Perry, Dappy, Ellie Goulding, The Fray, Emily Sandé, Shawn Mendes, James Arthur, Ed Sheeran again, Alex and Sierra, John Legend, James Arthur, Sam Smith, Gerald Corey, Darina Harvey, Sabaton, Eric Prudez, Jaroslav Beck, Bo Burnham, Kid Laroi, Stupendium, Greek Music, E-Rock, Mark the Hammer, and that's the first 100 in my list of Spotify. It goes on, you've got like Banner, Olivia Rodrigo, and 1,001 other stars. The Winged Stars arrived a bit later, but that's Sabaton. That's the thing is, I have the best way to describe it is I have a weird music taste, but realistically, no, I have a normal music taste. The weird people are the people that only listen to one band and one genre, and it's like, come on. There are gonna be days where you're gonna want to listen to sad music. There are gonna be days that you're gonna want to listen to rock music. There are gonna be days there will be days where I might want to sit down and listen to some Sam Smith and Ed Sheeran because I might not be having a good day. There will be days I might listen to some Slipknot and some Motionless in White and stuff, some Rammstein, and some Sabaton because I want to I want to move my body. I want to rock my head back and forth and stuff. I want to actually listen to some rock music. I suppose rock music, more metal. Sorry. AC/DC you've got on there, Queen. Pretty sure if I remember correctly, the Motley Crue are an older band. Yeah, I can go down. I've got James Blunt fucking on here. I've got 1001 types of music. I've got Disturbed on here as well. It's one of those things that I'm not kind of segregated to one genre. The best I can say is I'll listen to it. If I don't like it, I'm not going to listen to it again, and you'll know I'm not going to listen to it again because it won't show up in my playlist. I'll just say it's not really for me. So it's kind of a mixture, and like I said, anyone that says that oh, you've got to have one genre of music that you like, nah, fuck them. They're wrong. But yeah. I don't fucking know. It's on there somewhere. This is the thing. I don't listen to my music in order. I listen to it shuffled. And if I don't like what I'm listening to, then I will skip it. Because Spotify Premium, because I'm a student, technically. Yeah. But there are days where I will listen to music on shuffle and I will get one song, different song. The song I was just listening, okay, I have song number, I'll just use the one, song number 1 and then song number 2. Actually, I'll just use song number 1, the first song that I'm listening to. I'll have that, then I'll have a completely different song, then song number 1 again, then a completely different song, then song number 1 again, then a completely different song, then song number 1. It's like, why? What's going on? Alright, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Stay safe. It is absolute chaos. I mean, I can end this stream here and do your interview now if you really want me to. Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you guys for stopping by for the absolute chaos of chatting for an hour. I'm going to end it here. I'll probably start talking to you guys a bit later, or play some other games. But that will be it here. I will hopefully see you guys next time. But yeah, stay safe as always, guys. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay safe as always, guys. Peace. Because I need to do Crackhead's interview. Apparently. Fuck you, I need to do my job.
I'm not the girl that I used to be sometime. I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love it. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need you love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you bye, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye. Chances I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, oh boy.